Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really diving deep into how AI is changing the workplace, like how decisions are made, how companies can stay compliant, and what the future holds for all of us. We've got this really interesting article, The Growing Influence of AI in Workplace Dynamics. It's packed with things you need to know whether you're working or you're the one hiring.
Yeah, it's wild. This article really hits you with the fact that AI isn't some way off in the future thing anymore. It's here right now, and it's already changing how things work. Like they say that 2024, this year, is going to be huge for AI becoming part of workplaces, especially when it comes to making decisions.
Okay, so breaks that down a bit. What does it actually mean for AI to be a part of making decisions at work?
Oh, okay, so think about it. Decisions about hiring someone new, getting them settled in, even training them, that's always been people doing that, right? But now we've got AI getting used to, make all that smoother, more efficient.
So it's like AI is becoming this crazy efficient assistant, like taking care of all the stuff that used to take up so much time and energy.
Exactly. And get this, the article, it says AI could automate something wild, like 60–70% of what we do at work now. Like imagine most of our tasks just handled by AI. That's the kind of impact we're talking about here.
Whoa, okay, that's a lot to process. It's like, on one hand, amazing, more time to focus on the big picture stuff, the creative stuff. But then it's like, wait a minute, what happens to all those jobs if AI can do them?
And that's the million-dollar question everyone's
Yeah.
asking, right? And, this article, it really stresses that even with all this AI, those core skills, problem solving, thinking critically, being creative, communicating, adapting, all that, those are still what matter most.
It's almost comforting to know some things never go out of style, even with all this tech changing everything.
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, I think those human skills, they become even more important now. We need people who can look at information, see if it makes sense, see the bigger picture, make good calls, even when they're working with these crazy, complex AI systems. It's like AI can give you all the data, but you still need gut feeling and real world experience to actually make sense of it.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's less about, robots replacing us and more about figuring out how to work together. What's the term? AI literacy.
Exactly. AI literacy, that's going to be key in this new world of work. It's understanding how these AI systems tick, what they can and can't do, and how we can use them to our advantage.
Okay, so AI can maybe make things more efficient, free up our time, but we got to be ready to adapt our skills, become more AI literate. Now, this article also gets into AI and cybersecurity. And I got to say, this is where things start to feel a little, sci-fi movie to me.
I hear you. It's like, on the one hand, AI is this awesome new tool for cybersecurity. It can look at tons of data super fast, spot anything weird, and find potential problems way faster than a person could.
So AI is like, what, this is super vigilant security guard that's always watching for anything suspicious.
That's a great way to put it. But here's the thing. While AI can be this incredible shield against cyber threats, it also, forces us to confront some difficult realities. Because, see, the same tech that can be used to protect us can be turned against us. And that's where things get really interesting.
It's like we've got this seriously powerful tool, but no clue if it'll help us or, turn against us. Is it keeping things safe, or could it be used to, find weaknesses we haven't even thought of?
Yeah, that's the tightrope we're walking here. And it goes back to why we need humans keeping an eye on things.
Yeah.
We can't just unleash AI on all our cybersecurity problems and be like, okay, figure it out. We need people who get the tech, but also, the ethics of it all.
So it's a team effort, right? We need people setting the rules, making sure AI doesn't go off the rails, that it's used ethically.
Exactly. And this article, it brings up something really important, compliance. Even if AI is handling things like who works when, tracking hours, even performance reviews, it's still on the employer to make sure everything's legal.
Right. We can't just be like, my bad, the AI did it.
Exactly. We can't do that. Someone's got to be responsible, especially when it comes to keeping accurate records, making sure everyone's paid fairly, and gets those legally required breaks. They even mention the Fair Labor Standards Act, the FLSA, as an example of where AI could make things tricky.
So even with AI running things, we got to stay on top of the legal stuff.
Absolutely. We need safeguards in place to make sure that even with AI, everyone's treated fairly and we're not breaking any rules.
Sounds like a lot to keep track of. But what about the human side of all this? This article isn't all, sunshine and rainbows about AI. It mentions how it could affect, our mental well-being, too.
Right, and that's something people forget in all the excitement about AI's potential. Bringing in all this tech, it can create new kinds of stress at work.
So on top of everything else, Now we got to worry about robots taking our jobs, AD stressing us out.
Well, it's not that dramatic. But, it makes sense if people are nervous about their jobs, uncertain about the future, or feel pressured to keep up with the changes faster than they're comfortable with, especially as AI starts doing more.
So what can employers do? How can they help people deal with these changes in a healthy way?
Honestly, just talk to people. Be open about how AI is being used, provide good training, make sure people feel comfortable working with the new tech, and create an environment where they feel valued,
Yeah.
even with all the changes happening around them.
It's like empathy and being able to understand people's feelings are even more important for leaders now with this whole AI future thing.
100%. Those are the things that make us human being able to understand how others feel and respond to it. That's going to be so crucial, especially as teams become more reliant on technology.
So it's not just about having the tech skills, it's about the people skills too, right?
Exactly. And that leads to another fascinating point this article makes, how AI is affecting the hiring process itself.
Oh, yeah, right. They mentioned something about deep fakes and how AI is making it hard to tell what's real and what's, totally fake.
Exactly. Deep fakes, those are images, videos, even audio recordings made by AI, made to look so real you can't tell the difference. And as this tech gets better, it's a whole new problem for anyone trying to make sure the person they're interviewing is actually who they say they are.
Okay, so how do you even deal with that? How can you be sure the person you're interviewing is legit?
That is the million-dollar question. We're talking stricter background checks, multiple ways to verify someone's identity, maybe even new tech specifically designed to spot these deepfakes. It's a wild west out
It's
there.
like we're in a race,
Yeah.
trying to stay one step ahead of all the fakers and scammers.
Kind of, yeah. But here's where humans come back in. Tech can help us spot if something's off, but we still need to think for ourselves, ask the right questions, and trust our gut if something feels fishy.
So we can't just rely on knowing how to use the tech. We've got to be sharp, really use our heads to navigate this world of AI-generated everything.
Exactly. And that goes back to what we've been talking about this whole time. What skills really matter in a workplace where AI is calling the shots?
Right. Like we talked about AI literacy, those tech skills to help us work with AI, but it sounds like those things that make us human, like thinking critically, communicating, adapting, those are going to be more important than ever.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. AI can process information, analyze tons of data, even write creatively, but it can't replace human judgment or emotional intelligence or how we connect with each other.
So it's not just about what we know, it's about how we think, how we connect with people, how we roll with the punches. Those are the things that'll make us stand out.
Exactly. And with AI changing so fast, being able to learn new things, to keep up, to pick up new skills on the fly, that's going to be crucial. It's not just about being ready for the jobs of the future. It's about being ready for a future where the very idea of work is constantly shifting.
It's like we're all becoming lifelong students now, always learning and evolving along with technology.
I like that. And it's not a bad thing. This constant change, it can be exciting. It can push us to grow in ways we never even thought about.
So where do we go from here? How can we get ready for this AI-driven future?
Well, first things first, stay informed. Pay attention to what's happening with AI, the ethical debates, how it's being used in different
So
fields.
we can't just, put our heads in the sand and hope it all goes away.
No way, this is happening. It's only going to get bigger. Embrace the change. See it as a chance to grow. And be proactive about getting the skills you'll need to succeed.
Sounds like a call to action.
Yeah.
Don't just watch it happen. Be a part of shaping this AI-driven future.
Exactly. And remember, this isn't just about robots and algorithms and all that. It's about us people. It's about using this powerful tech to create a better future of work for everyone, something more equitable, something more fulfilling.
That's a great point to end on. As you keep exploring AI and what it means for the workplace, ask yourself, how can we make sure this technology benefits everyone? How do we create a future where humans and AI are working together, not against each other?
Those are the questions we should all be asking ourselves.
That brings us to the end of our deep dive into AI in the workplace. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the exciting possibilities to the real challenges this tech brings up. As always, keep exploring, keep asking questions, keep learning. Until next time, this has been The Deep Dive.